Hello, good people. I hope you are doing well. If you are new here, my name is Crystal. I'm an author, a writer, and a creative based in Houston, Texas. Now, y'all, today let's talk about creative joy. On a personal front, I have been struggling a bit. Obviously, there is a lot going on in the world right now. When I think back to, let's say, around the time of the pandemic, or actually during the pandemic, for a good while, I felt stuck creatively. I did not do a very good job of protecting my creative joy and just protecting my peace. I can remember not being able to write, not having fresh ideas, just not being in a very good place mentally, and it absolutely affected my ability to show up for myself as a creative. And thankfully, once that dark cloud kind of moved away, I was able to start back writing, and I actually wrote a book during the pandemic, Sincerely, Poetry Inspired by Faith, Truth, and the Pursuit of Joy. So living through these crazy times now and just trying to be mindful of not allowing the world to suck the life out of me, to suck the creativity out of me. It's been a struggle some days. It has been a struggle some days. So on this particular day, y'all, I took off from work. Okay, if you have some PTO, please use your PTO. But I took off from work, and I didn't have a whole lot planned for the day, but I knew that I wanted to go to a coffee shop. I knew that I wanted to get some writing done. I wanted to check in with myself and just have a chill, easy day where I could create on my own terms and not feel like I'm in a rush to get somewhere. So I literally just went with the flow all day, and I went to 2 coffee shops. The second coffee shop, I was able to get a bouquet made, and that was like the icing on the cake to a very peaceful, chill, creative day. It really was such a good day, and since then I've been trying to be very intentional about protecting my peace, about protecting my creative joy, and making sure that the heaviness of everything happening in the world, and even with me, I have personal things that I'm working through, that I'm dealing with. I don't want the heaviness of it all to distract me from showing up for myself. Yes, rest is important. I think staying informed is important, but I want to ensure, and I want to encourage you not to let all that's happening consume you. So that we can continue to live life and have joy and experience all the beautiful things that are still happening in spite of all the many things that are happening out of our control. Now, I'm about 75% done writing the first draft of my romance book, okay? And I'm so close to finishing this first draft that under no circumstances can I allow anything, anyone, including myself, stop me. Like I can taste it. It's too close. It's in my reach now. So now more than ever, I've got to make sure that I am taking care of myself mentally so that I can show up for myself creatively. So how are we going to protect our peace? How are we going to maintain our creative joy now and for the days to come? Now, we are not all wired the same, so we may not all need the same things, but I think there are some things we can all agree on that will help us during this time. First one is rest. There were a couple of weeks where I must admit I was up scrolling, watching the news right before bed, and it's like, girl, take your butt to bed. So getting rest, unplugging, y'all. I can remember during the pandemic, there were so many times where I'm just like, you know what, I have to be off the internet. I don't need constant reminders of what's happening. Like, yes, stay informed, but I don't want to consume bad news all day, every day, okay? So definitely unplugging, but also when it comes to consuming content, only consuming things that make me feel good, that inspire me, that spark some creativity, that doesn't trigger any negative feelings, right? So just consuming things that feel good. Also, y'all, use the PTO. If you got some vacation days, take your vacation days, okay? I think ultimately the goal is just to make sure that we're not consumed so much that we cannot create. And I'm all for taking breaks whenever we need to take breaks, but guess what? We don't need to stay away too long, okay? Time is precious. It is too precious to let it slip through our fingers. However you choose to take care of yourself during this time, I do hope that you are prioritizing your mental health, that you are checking in with yourself, whether that's journaling, going for walks, whatever your thing is, do that. And do it as often as you can so that you can continue to show up for yourself, show up for your creative dreams and your goals. And guess what? I'm going to be right there with you.